You know what? Thanks for waiting, everybody, because I have Lisa Hopp. And if you knew what we did technically, you'd be laughing too. In fact, I think Lisa just said, I wish I had my wine, but it's only 11.
Yes, or maybe didn't stay up for the entire Eagles game last night.
Oh, I didn't even know. Did they win?
Yes. Yeah, it was a very exciting game. Yes.
Good. Well, you see, there you go. Thanks for giving me the news. Lisa Hopp, the circle of life. Just let me say a little bit about you.
Okay.
I can't say enough good things about you. She's a dear, dear soul. Bob Olson, not too long ago, a few years back, Bob Olson is an investigative reporter and PI, retired, who also does a lot of things with the spirituality. And he has a #1 directory site where he upped the game in psychics.
Mm-hmm.
And Lisa got named to that. And that's really when I started to rediscover you, Lisa. And I said, hey, so anyway, right now, shout out to all Pennsville high school kids, my kids. Start sharing this, okay? So, and if you're from Pennsville, the other thing, because I want to get right to Infinite Possibilities, your YouTube channel, I want to talk about wealth creation with you.
Yes.
You're a very successful business owner. But in Pennsville, who remembers Gloria Jennings' Tell It Like It Is? Remember that? And
a little bit.
That, I say, for all of you who are just maybe being introduced to Lisa, is about the word authentic. Authentically is Lisa Hopp. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So my friend, yes, my former student, yes, she's now my teacher because I am a graduate of Infinite Possibilities, which we're going to start with. So why don't we talk about, because I did the promo about thoughts or things.
Yes.
Lisa, welcome. Relax about the technology. You look great. And anything that comes into your head, go ahead, take it away.
Well, I have to say how honored I am to have you back in my life because everyone, she was my favorite English teacher. I was a little kid, 14 years old, 15 years old, braces, puffy face, glasses, horror. And and I loved you then because
thank you.
You respected us, you inspired us, you were just wonderful. And to have you back and to have the opportunity to now be a teacher of yours, gift, just a blessing.
Likewise, Lisa. Likewise, a tear in my eyes. I know that they want to hear other things, but I feel so blessed. Blessed.
Love fest. So I just got, well, I am a small business owner and I do various things, but Infinite Possibilities is one of my new passions because I just discovered Mike Dooley, who is the author of Infinite Possibilities. He's a best-selling author. I discovered him about 12 years ago through a little movie called The Secret, which is out in book form, is online. And I heard a lot of fuss about this book, this movie, and so I wanted to check it out. And he was one of the speakers on the movie. And the movie is about energy and about what is called the law of attraction, which is a natural law that is like attracts like, what you put out, you get back. And it's really kind of skirts the surface, but I knew it was truth when I saw the movie and I read the book. And I even at the time got to teach a course at a senior center to seniors about The Secret and it was wonderful. And so I became very interested in diving more into that because the movie did kind of scrape the surface. And so I started to look into all the speakers, to read their material, to learn about them, to learn just anything I could possibly learn. I wanted to suck it up. And Mike was one of my favorites because I love his style of writing. I love his authenticity. I love his humility. He's just incredibly lovable. And so I started to attend his seminars. I read the book, and over the years, I started my own life transformation program, but I wanted to see what I could do to improve it. So the next obvious step was for me to become an Infinite Possibilities trainer.
Mm.
And happy to say, happy to say I recently became what is called a TrailBlazer, which means that I got enough students that I got acknowledged for the work as a teacher. And I started class last night. It's just such a joy. I think I would do it much
Don't
more.
say, don't say, don't say for nothing.
No, no, it has to be an exchange. But it's such joy to see uh, people really seeing how they can change their lives and see how they can live their best possible lives. So the premise of Infinite Possibilities, it's really a spiritual program, but it's not a religious program. It really covers all facets of faith. So anybody can use the program. And it comes from the understanding that not only do we have a free will, but we have a very powerful mind. And the mind controls our lives. It creates our lives. The mind. Yes, there's the book. There's the workbook. The mind sucks up all of your beliefs, your emotions, your thoughts, your anything that is in your environment. It soaks it up, and then thinking that it's working for you, because it creates your life from it. It projects it back to you. And so what Infinite Possibilities teaches you is that it's not on autopilot as most of us live, where we're just going through and we're thinking our thoughts and feeling our feelings and meeting people, that you can absolutely reprogram your mind, reprogram your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, your faith, use your faith and create deliberately a life that you really want, a full life, a happy life, in every way. And so incorporates reprogramming all of those things, the mind, the emotions, the thoughts, the beliefs, but also adding in faith and dreams and intuition and the meaning of life. So it's more complex. It goes deeper. And it brings you wows and aha moments, and it helps you to release. And it's just what, yes, woohoo! We do that a lot of woohoos, and it's just such a joy to watch people make that transformation from how they were really believing and living before to what they're capable of. So, an example of that is a lot of us feel that we live in this reality world and I can't afford this, or I have to work hard for the money. But that really came from a belief. So it starts from, I'm in the process of affording that. I can make a difference. I can do this. And believing that and really lining up what you do want to accomplish and understanding that you're capable of it, that you were born with the gift to do that and the power of the mind to do that. So I hope that explains it a little bit there.
Lisa, you did, and just one of the last things you said,
Yeah.
and I remember from class, it was sure for your program that money doesn't grow on trees,
Right.
like I was, but instead of I can't afford it, just to switch to how can I afford this?
Or I am able to afford it, but perhaps I don't see it yet.
Yes.
And I'm going to ask for it. And then I'm going to follow. I'm going to take action. I'm going to follow the signs. And I'm going to believe that it is mine, that anything is possible.
Right. And you just came back from Bora Bora.
Yes. It is paradise.
and just the fact that you took action, because action has to be your coach, whether you're in business or not. If you're on this plane, action should be your coach. You took the action, you accomplished it. Can you just think about thoughts or things with the fact that you actually went to your dream, Bora Bora, right?
Yeah. So what happened is I made the intention. I am going to Bora Bora, and I did it probably about 3 years ago. And what I did is not only did I make the intention internally with the knowing that I am going, I started to talk about it. I started to say to everyone, I'm going to Bora Bora. I'm going to Bora Bora. And they would say, when? I'm like, I am. I'm not sure when yet, but I am. So I did that because I knew that I was manifesting it. Because what you say comes into your reality. So, particular one night, I was out with a group of people, and again, I said, I'm going to Bora Bora. But this time, someone said, yes, we are. I'm going with you. And someone else said, well, can I go? Yes. So a group formed. And then it became, well, how can we make it special? What date can we set that gives us time to go, but also makes it really celebratory? So we decided to mark the wedding anniversary of one of the group. And so that way, it was even more of an intention. There was a special date attached to it rather than I'm just going to go at some point. So then all of us started to say, I'm going to Bora Bora. I'm going to Bora Bora. And yes, I did take action. I started to save. I started to find a Tahiti certified travel agent, which took a while, but I found it. So you need action. You just don't sit on the couch and say, I am doing this, because then it stays on the couch. There has to be some action out of faith. Yes, baby steps are fine. So then the whole time we are saying, I am going, we have found the certified specialist, we are saving as much as we can. I manifested by visualizing. I am visualizing myself in Bora Bora. I am looking at my vision board, which contains Bora Bora. I am looking at magazines. I'm joining every Facebook page that is seeing Bora Bora. I'm finding out the best place to go. I actually, the resort was my choice, because I knew what picture I wanted to have when I arrived there. So I found the resort with that picture. So as I am visualizing Bora Bora, I am now seeing flashes of that visualization, even when I'm not visualizing. Like if I said to myself, I'm like, oh my God, there it is. And then people would come up to me and they would say, I don't know why, but I have this impression you're going to a really great beach soon. And I'm like, yes, I am.
Yeah.
So then I got the extra knowing that it was in the works, that the energy of that trip was coming at me through my actions, my visualizing, but also through seeing flashes of it being a reality and having people tell me it's a reality. So then things started to happen to help me to get there. Just things to make me feel financially better about going. Yes, gratitude. Yes, I would get letters saying you no longer have a credit limit. You know, that type of thing. I'm like, oh, good, I might need that. I don't want to use it, but that's good that I know. So it helped me to further my belief that this is a possibility. This isn't just a dream, that this can be manifested. So then, not only through all of that action and also asking for help, asking, because we have angels, we have spirit guides, we have invisible helpers in heaven, our departed loved ones. Yes, perhaps even God. You can now. Does God care if I go to Bora Bora? No, but that energy wants us to be happy. So I went to energy and I said, I'd like to go. Will you help me? Things were happening. We'll help you to go. And I went, oh, they're on board too. Awesome. So I was not only able to go to Bora Bora, but I was able to pay it off early. I was able to have a trip of a lifetime. I just saw my nephew at a wedding, and he said, this trip must have been so expensive. You were in your own bungalow. Oh my God. I'm like, no, it's attainable. It's attainable. And I pulled it off. And so it was through belief, intention, visualizing, take, incentives, just intending, it all came about. So that's so important. You're right. Thoughts become things. If you know it's possible and you intend it and you say, I don't know how, but it's going to happen. It is going to happen. You have asked for it. It's on its way. It's provided. And I want to say also, it's so important to know, everyone, that the physical is last. So every time you ask for something energetically, it's yours. So it's already on its way to you. You may not see it, but it's there. It's either on its way or it's right in front of you. And then overnight, when you least expect it, it all will come about and you go, there it is. The thing I've been praying for forever is now here. It was there all along. You just didn't physically see it. So physical is always the last to happen. That's why faith is so important.
That is such a good reminder. Thank you, Lisa. That the physical is the last, right?
Yeah.
And going with, I want to just get some humor in here. Not that we're not funny, because if they could have seen us before we got on here, Mike Dooley said it so about letting action be your coach. He's like, it doesn't matter if you've got a gratitude rock in your pocket.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you've got a vision board in your back seat. None of that matters if you don't get off the couch and do something,
Absolutely.
right?
But you also should have he has the gratitude rocks. I'll tell you the secrets. The real billionaires in this world know this stuff. They use it. They get up early in the morning. They do gratitude letters. They visualize. They meditate in other ways. They take care of their bodies. They know. They know to start their day with these principles because it works. But it's truth. The actions you take are a blend of what you intuitively are told to do and what just applying for the job. Because even Mike says, I was practicing to be a public speaker and a best-selling author, but I also applied for accounting jobs.
Right.
I didn't know where the opportunity would come from, and I wanted to have every door and every window open. And so it's important, but you're not supposed to black and white. You're not supposed to box yourself and just go for the accounting job. Keep it wide open, because what you really want to do, as I said, is yours to have.
Right. And you have just launched your first YouTube channel, right?
And it's a baby. It's only a few weeks old. And what it is an extension of all of my work, which is more life coaching, but also in 2020, hypnotherapy is coming back to a large degree for me. So this channel, and also I have a podcast too on Spreaker.com and Spotify and iHeartRadio. Please check that out. But the YouTube really, as I said, is very much a newborn. So right now it has weekly messages from the angels, because the angels are a higher dimension. And so I am talking to them about what can we do right now to help ourselves. I have asked them, and let me tell you why I picked the angels, because they are of a higher consciousness. They don't get down in the mud with us. So for instance, when I asked them recently in a recording, what do you have to say to us about the world leaders such as President Trump and Prime Minister Johnson, what they said was, drink more water, do more yoga, and stay out of the drama. They totally didn't go there.
Let's say that one more time. Drink more water, do more yoga, and release the drama. Yeah, because the it's already good work is there. Yeah. People and everything that whatever you believe, they know what's there, and all in good time, it will all work out, and that it has a purpose, so that the good we want comes to us, right?
Yes. So everything's in the works.
Everything's in the works.
Things are happening in our world right now that are important and a lot divine. And so I do want to know, like, what do you want to tell us about all this? So sometimes it does get to those topics, but my intention with the YouTube channel is for it to be of a higher consciousness, to be a healing tool, to be a help, and to not to make it not to make it divisive, I want to say, but or to not make it a trigger. But if you're going to bring up people, sometimes it can be a trigger, but it's not the intention.
Mm-hmm. An intention, we set our intentions, and then do your action, and stay in the flow. But look for the best.
Yeah.
Look for the best, and
look for the helpers.
And look for the helpers, right? Right, and you're one of them. All right, so we've talked about the YouTube, we've talked about your podcast, you've talked about Infinite Possibilities, we've talked about SerenityHarbor.com, Serenity Harbor in Woodbury, New Jersey. You have the full gamut. How long have you been a prosperous woman entrepreneur? How long have you done this?
I started my business in February 2006. I started it more part-time, and then I just felt so called. I just had to go for it, to take the big leap. But I do tell my clients that when you're following your life purpose, because I do feel like I am doing my life purpose and it's growing and expanding every day. When you follow your life purpose, I took a leap, but a leap is not necessary. You can take baby steps. You can start in a much more smaller level as long as you start. So I decided to quit at the time secure job and go into entrepreneurship, which I felt was not necessarily who I was. I was raised to be like 9 to 5 kind of person, with that false security of having an employer. But the only way I could do, I felt, the work that I was called to do was to do it as an entrepreneur. And I have to say, it's been such a wonderful journey. It started out kind of slow, but my faith held, and I would have miraculous things happen. You have just miraculous things that would say, hang in there, keep at it. So it has grown, evolved over time, and I've just tried in my way to just follow it and not try in any way to have just go with the flow of it, I want to say. And to understand that the possibilities are unlimited, and wherever I'm called, I'm supposed to go. So I have learned that I think I prospered because I was taught very early in it all that you prosper by serving. Serve your fellow man. And so whenever I would kind of scream up for help and say, what do you want me to do? What can I do to grow this business? They would say, just serve. Just serve. So serving, by the way, doesn't mean that you do things for free or that you drain yourself, burn yourself out. It means that you are always trying to serve others in some way, being kind, trying wherever they are to help them where they are. But there always should be some exchange. But that's not, yes, currency is good. But when you focus on just money, you tend to not get money. When you focus on service and being in that flow of giving, you will give. And I find the highest energy that you're at about wanting to serve others, the more prosperous you're going to be. Love thrives. When you do what you love, the money follows. And billionaires know that. My favorite billionaires, shout out Richard Branson for one, and Virgin and Airlines and such. He knows. He does what he loves, and he treats others kindly, with respect. He treats his employees as important as they are. He's grateful for them, and he's a billionaire. That's how it works. And so, there's other facets involved, but that's pretty much the premise. So my income has grown over the years because I do concentrate on how may I serve. So I get ideas all the time. I'll be minding my own business in the shower and then it's like, oh yeah, I should do that. Why didn't I think of that before? So when I get those ahas, I follow through, which is why currently I'm taking a course in what is called rapid transformational therapy, which is a more express form of hypnotherapy. It goes deeper. It gets into the inner child. It gets into what's the root cause. The root cause is not the root cause. For instance, people may come to hypnotherapy to stop smoking, but smoking isn't the cause. We get into the cure with this program of what really started the need to do that, and right back to the beginning. So I'm very excited about that. But that I was called to that, so I go where I'm called to help others because I know I'm here to help others live a fuller and happier life and to have a greater connection to higher source or heaven. So both those things is what I run on with my business.
I'm just putting up all your little letters, and we're going to add to that. When is that, your rapid transformational therapy, when is that going to be offered?
That'll be offered in the beginning of 2020. I'm just about done the class now. Of course, I have to pass. I've been passing the tests. Woohoo again. But I have to pass the last one and get a certification as a practitioner. So my goal is beginning of 2020, but as soon, because I have to practice too. I have to practice. They have a practice register.
You can practice on me. Okay. So, Lisa,
do that.
we're going to wrap up because we're heading a little bit past 20 minutes, and I can't thank you enough. But let's end on the idea that there is a transformation, not just in us, but I believe, you look around, if you're alive, look at the world. We're in transformation times. However, could we end on two notes? The first is about those with wealth, and I consider you and I on the path to greater wealth always. I think it's important, and I wonder your thoughts, that the wealth builders today really have more of a conscious presence. I mean, I think we have to get out there and build our wealth to do the work, right? What any thoughts on that?
You don't have a consciousness, a moral consciousness, you can't hold on to your wealth. And so there has to be that teaching to get around the myth that if you are wealthy, you can't be spiritual. It's not true. It's really, it's definitely, it's a myth. It's a lie. And so it's important to understand that a full life includes financial freedom, includes good health, includes great relationships. And so we all have access to that. And it can be done. And so it's important more than ever for those who understand these principles, to understand this, to get out and really talk about it and to teach it. Because every single person who sees this broadcast, you have the power to have the life that you desire. It's in your hands.
That's a perfect way. I can't thank you enough. And would you also just send a positive intention, because I'm remembering so many of your classmates and other people from Pennsville who've gone beyond. Steve McGraw is one.
We just talked about him.
Yeah, and he's not to exclude the others, but we send a good thought to all of them and all my kids, especially my most recent. Thank you for coming. Let's do this again, okay?
Yes, thank you so much for having me, and thank you everyone.
Thank you. Have a great day. And wealth is good.
Wealth is good. Happiness.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.